What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today it's time to review Halloween 4. This is part of my Halloween review series going on all month, including, of course, Halloween Kills, which is about to release tomorrow night. So I will have a review on that in the next 2 or 3 days, and I'll try to get to as many as I can before that. And then after that, we'll just go ahead and continue all the way throughout every single movie in this amazing franchise. And Halloween 4... wow, this is one we got to talk about. This is a fan favorite for good reason, and this is the introduction of Jamie Lloyd, and this is the return of Michael Myers. That's the name of the movie, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Michael Myers was gone for Halloween 3. We talked about that movie. It has nothing to do with the Halloween franchise, but they just tacked on Halloween 3 to make more money. John Carpenter, of course, was involved, and I really like that movie. I think it's crazy. I think it's insane, but I think it's highly entertaining. I think it's great horror, and I love Halloween 3, but it's not a Halloween movie per se. Halloween 4, though, is. This is the first film in the Halloween franchise where John Carpenter doesn't play a big role in the creation of this film. Obviously, he created some of the characters and the score is there, but this film was mainly made by the director Dwight H. Written by Alan B. McElroy, and it follows Michael Myers, who returns to Haddonfield, this time to kill his niece, Jamie Lloyd, the daughter of Laurie Strode. This film, it had a recipe for disaster written all over it. You know, you tried to go in a different direction because they knew that their franchise was done after the first two films. People didn't accept Halloween 3. They wanted Michael Myers, so they bring him back without John Carpenter, without Debra Hill. You got a different director, and, you know, just trying to make money at this point, and it's just... all that is a recipe for just a trash movie, and that the film, this franchise would start going downhill. And to many people, that's true. It did start to go downhill with Halloween 4. But in my personal opinion, I know this is a fan favorite. I know that Halloween fans love this movie, and I'm one of them. A big part of it is, yes, I like the script. I like the direction. If you're going to bring Michael Myers back and Loomis back, you have to just say, okay, they survived the end of Halloween 2. Does that make any sense, especially for Dr. Loomis? None. Zero. They were blown up, exploded. Gas was all over. He lit a match. There was a giant explosion. They were both dead, presumably. Now, I could see Michael Myers surviving, but certainly not Loomis. But we have to go ahead and just suspend disbelief. They're both fine. They survived. Okay, I can do that. Let's go. Just to make it a little less unrealistic, they did give Loomis scars everywhere. The scars, which are a little bit inconsistent throughout the film, I've heard, but I didn't really notice. And a lot of the criticisms of this film that I have and others have, I didn't even notice because I watched this as a kid growing up, you know, age 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, all the way. I was just a huge fan of the Halloween franchise. This was one of my favorites. And I didn't notice some of the flaws, like the mask. The mask is very different in this movie. The mask has been criticized very heavily because it's just kind of all white. The features aren't there. They just didn't get it right. And I would admit it is crazy that with the kind of budgets that this franchise has with these movies, that they can't get the mask right. Film after film after film, they couldn't get the mask right. It's always something different, or some director who wants to do his or her own thing. Like, hey, I think this is what it should be. Like, dude, just get it right like the first movie. Get the damn Shatner mask and try to do what they did. And if it fails, try again. Hire someone who can do it. Get the mask right. But to tell you the truth, it never bothered me growing up, especially because there was a reason I always, you know, told myself, which I think makes logical sense. It's not the same mask. In the franchise, it's not the same mask in Halloween 4 anyway. Not talking about just in Halloween 4, the mask from the first two movies is gone. He went and grabbed a different mask from a different store, so it is whiter, it's brand new, and it's a little different. It's not the same mask. So that's how I go ahead and yeah, is that an excuse for the filmmakers because they couldn't get it right? Maybe, but it makes sense. As long as it makes sense, I'm good. And this mask is still kind of creepy to me. And I guess I'll start with some of the negatives since I'm talking about the mask again. It never bothered me. Never bothered me until I was in my 20s. Was the first time I actually noticed. I was like, yeah, what's up with the masks in this franchise? You know, didn't even notice it growing up. It just didn't even notice. But other than that, I mean, there's some dialogue in the opening scene, especially this guy on the elevator. It's a terrible scene, and he just basically tells this other couple the entire plot of the first two movies in a massive exposition dump. That's all for us. And I never liked that moment. It was so on the nose. It was so bad, but it was just trying to recap anyone who hadn't seen the first two movies. Like, you know, if you're making a part 4, I think we can assume our audience has seen the first two. I think sometimes these sequels go overboard trying to make sure that if you've never seen any of the other movies, you could still watch it. No, you don't need to go all that. I think we get the basic concept. I don't mind a little exposition to get you caught up, but that exposition dump was just bad. But other than that, I loved this movie. Michael, ever since that explosion, has been in basically a coma. And then when he hears, he gets on an ambulance, they're taking him somewhere, and he just hears he's got a niece in Haddonfield. That processes in his brain. He wakes up, it's on, he kills that dude, he causes the ambulance to crash, he gets out of there. And then we are introduced to Loomis in this film. Loomis already knows, and it's kind of a similar storyline, but Loomis knows this dude is out. Everyone else is like, no, yeah, I've seen people get thrown from ambulances so many feet. He's probably dead. Like Loomis, no. This dude's out there, and he's going to Haddonfield. And that awesome showdown scene when he sees him, when he finds him at that gas station, he finds the dead bodies, and he sees Michael. And he says, why now, Michael? Great scene right there. I mean, it's awesome, you know, that they have these showdowns once in a while with Michael and Loomis, and that was a good one. And I also love the look of Michael Myers before he finds the mask that I was just talking about with the bandaged face. That's pretty creepy. I wouldn't have minded if they just kept that the whole movie. They weren't going to do that for marketing, for people wouldn't bitch because that's not what Michael Myers, you need the mask. You know, just like a Jason movie, always going to have the hockey mask, right? Like that new remake in 2009, I can't talk. Back in 2009, there was that new Friday the 13th, and he didn't have the hockey mask for a while. I was like, oh, maybe they won't do that. That's pretty cool if they don't. Oh, there it is. And then we're introduced to Jamie Lloyd. This is one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise. I think that Danielle Harris absolutely knocks it out of the park. I think she's amazing, an amazing actress. I wish they would have bring her back, but they're probably not because they're ignoring these sequels with the new movies. But I absolutely love her character in part 4 and part 5. I'll talk about when I get to that movie. But yeah, Jamie Lloyd is a great character. She's already very much damaged. She's already a foster child. She's with her foster sister, who she doesn't know if the foster sister really likes her or loves her or cares about her because she's just annoying and she feels like she gets in her way. She has to babysit her. And she's such a cute little kid and really adorable, really smart. I thought it was just a great direction to take this, to give it something fresh instead of another teenager running away. You know, we already got our Laurie Strode, you know, just to give it a different take. You do have the teenager. You have, you know, her foster sister, who's great as well. And that's Rachel, and she is a fantastic character. And she, you know, has a nice arc for this film, you know, and I really like her as well. Like two characters you can really attach to, two characters you care about. And you care about what's going to happen here with Michael Myers, you know, trying to kill him. And this film really got me. Even as a kid, I remember watching this. And the first time that someone grabs Jamie Lloyd, she's in her room, and this is early in the film, and someone grabs her from under the bed and starts pulling her, I'm like, jump scare. Who is it? Oh my God, it's Michael. Very rarely do I get tricked and they pull some kind of fake out jump scare in these horror movies, and I think it's a fake out, and then it's not a fake out. It wasn't a fake out. It was Michael Myers. Now it turned out that she was kind of imagining, but she's having images. I guess it was a fake out at the end. But I thought it was going to be someone that normal, you know, your cliche moment where someone's playing a joke and it's going to be her brother or somebody, some character. But no, it was Michael Myers. But Michael is on his way to Haddonfield. And yeah, it's interesting, this connection those two have. You know, what part in the film will that play, if any? And then, yeah, Michael Myers starts his killing spree. But unlike a lot of the films, he doesn't just kill random people for no reason. And even though, yeah, he is the personification of evil and he has no problem killing anyone anytime, obviously, if anyone gets in his way even a tiny bit, you're dead. But this time, you know, he was killing people with a specific purpose. He was trying to get to Haddonfield. He wanted to take out the electricity. He went there to the big area with all the electronics, with the transformers and stuff, and he threw a guy onto a transformer, killed him that way, and also took out the electricity. It's very suspenseful at times. The music is amazing. It's on point, and everything. This film is just thrilling to me. Other than those few little, you know, I started with some negatives. Yeah, the mask is not great. Never really bothered me, and it still doesn't really bother me that much. And yeah, there were some exposition dumps early on. But once this movie gets going, holy cow, man, it doesn't stop. I mean, yeah, this film I thought was pretty damn intelligent compared to most slasher films. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's The Godfather, but I'm just saying I really love this movie. And Michael Myers' mannerisms here is awesome. He's just brutal. He's awesome. I thought he was the best I've seen him since the original and maybe better. You know, yeah, the mask again can be distracting, but yeah, this is absolutely awesome. George P. Wilbur, I think is the name of the actor that played him here. He's awesome. Yeah, all in all, Halloween 4, an amazing movie. I love her costume when she picks out. And she's so, you just really connect to this girl, this little girl. She's so awesome. And, you know, she gets bullied in school and you hate to see it. You really hate those little kids and those little mother effers. And because she's such a sweet little girl, and she's so smart. And, you know, when she picks out the Halloween costume, I found the Halloween Rachel. It's perfect. And that Halloween costume becomes absolutely legendary, just an absolute icon for this movie. That look there you can see in that poster behind me, it's just everything about, you know, Jamie Lloyd, Halloween 4. When I see her in that Halloween costume, yeah, that's it. And that's what she's wearing at the end of this film. By far the best ending of any film in the franchise, with Jamie Lloyd taking on the personification of evil, taking over for her uncle. She murders her foster mom, and she stands there with a knife, and Loomis's reaction is what really made it. So shout out to Donald Pleasence for that amazing performance. So real, he even tries to shoot her because he knows right there, that's Michael Myers now. The way that movie ended made it. I love Halloween 4, straight up. There's some flaws, not saying it's perfect. And, you know, speaking just from the point of view of maybe a movie critic, you'd probably say the original is clearly the better movie. But for my entertainment, Halloween 4 is the one I look for. I love watching the original Halloween when I start the franchise. It's a perfect way to start. I love Halloween 2. Halloween 3, nothing to do with anything, but I love it. But man, when Halloween 4 comes, that's where it's at right there. And the way the film ended, absolutely epic. That is where the franchise should have ended. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait for Halloween Kills. I enjoy a lot of the other films in the franchise, and ultimately, if I could have it so it ended here, or I could have all the movies that were made after, okay, I guess I'll take all the movies. But just speaking from an artistic point of view, it should have ended right there at the end of Halloween 4 with Jamie Lloyd taking over the personification of evil. Unless you wanted to make another movie with her as the killer, but there's no way they were going to do that. And people probably wouldn't have accepted it unless you really knocked it out of the park with an amazing movie. But as is, I think that was just a perfect way to end it. Love Halloween 4. In my opinion, just being completely honest, I consider this movie a horror masterpiece. In my opinion, many will disagree and disagree very strongly, but Halloween 4 is just one of my favorites in the franchise. And I love Jamie Lloyd, and I love Rachel, and I love the performance of Michael Myers in this movie, and I love almost everything about it. So Halloween 4 to me, masterpiece level, right up there with the original. I have to wait for my ranking to see which is higher than the other. But that's how much I really enjoy this movie. So look forward to Halloween 5 review. I don't know if it'll be out probably before Halloween 2021 and then Halloween 2021. Why am I calling it that? It's called Halloween Kills. I'm calling it that because I'm used to calling the other one Halloween 2018. Halloween Kills coming out. And I can't wait to review it and let y'all know what I think. For context, Halloween 18, it was disappointing, but it was still good. I just was hoping for something better. Had some major flaws that I didn't appreciate in Halloween 2018. But we'll see with Halloween Kills. I'm hoping it's better. But love Halloween 4. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys think down below. And we'll talk to you very, very soon. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.